right, moving on. Adele, Faba, Berenda, awesome surfer. From an early age, Adele was a gifted athlete. She grew up inland, where she trained as a gymnast, an accomplished trick water skier, and spent many hours training as a competitive swimmer in the AAU Junior Olympic program. And that dedication to training played a role in her whole life. After completing college at the University of North Florida, she moved to Neptune Beach, 1 block from the ocean. She'd never surfed before. She didn't know anybody. She saw a neighbor have a surfboard. She borrowed a surfboard and taught herself how to surf. The first board she owned was a 6-foot Hansen single fin. Adele always surfed and competed with the guys up in the North Florida district. There were very few girls surfing back there. But she was no stranger to training. She trained prolifically out of the water, not just in her surfing, and it paid off. She started surfing in '78. In '79, she became second in the ESA championships in Hatteras. The next year, she went on to win 2 years in a row, '80 and '81. Now that speaks to me of talent. This woman has great talent. She was set up to pursue the tour. Lewis Graves took her under her wing, secured her sponsorship with Quicksilver and Body Club so she could go out on the ASB tour as a model and as a competitive surfer. And she moved down to Brevard County, where she became a standout at First Peak. Now, she was the first woman to really earn a spot at First Peak. Hartley, how hard is it to earn a spot at First Peak? Okay, Adele did, all right? Pretty hard. What happened next was a tragedy. She was sitting inside doing some surfing, and some kook wiped out and lost his longboard and whacked her in the back of the head, ending her chances on the championship tour. Adele was a fighter. She's been suffering from severe pain from the age of 15 and overcome those setbacks time and time again. She spent 2 years out of the water rehabbing and went to California in 1985. She had Gary Linden make her a quiver surfboard. She got back into surfing, and one day she paddled out and met her husband while surfing 12 to 15 foot blacks. And that changed her life. David, there you go. All right. She got her surfing back together in 2004. She beat Jericho Poplar in the Masters division at the Topanga Malibu Classic while also winning the women's title. So her competitive game was back on in the early 2000s. In 2005, she had another accident, slip and fall, broke her lower leg, and thereby ending, again, her competitive career. So the statement here is a phenomenal surfing talent, someone that has put up with severe pain. She has CRPS and is in the hospital and doctors constantly. She's a tremendous gal. She's gorgeous. She was always somebody to look up to. She has a foundation, the Adele Faba CRPS and Chronic Pain Foundation. She works with 165 patients. She's dedicated to that in pain management. Ladies and gentlemen, a fighter, a natural athlete, Adele Faba Berenda.
Good evening. We all have choices in life. We have a choice how we're going to live our life and how we're going to overcome obstacles. I did not have the support of a family when I was very young. I grew up with the Lifetime movie of the week type of life. I actually left home at age 15. I lived in a car. I was homeless. I worked at McDonald's flipping burgers and put myself through college. And as Hunter mentioned, I picked up a surfboard from a neighbor, taught myself to surf. And about 3 months later, J.D. Moats, ESA director, saw me surfing and asked me to compete. So I started competing, and one of the things that I liked to do was really immerse myself in anything I was interested in. So I studied hydrodynamics, I studied the ocean, the weather, And I would drive up and down the coast surfing different breaks so that I could learn them. And one day I came across Sebastian, and so I run down there in my little teeny bikini and my little pink surfboard and jumped off the jetty right in the middle of First Peak. And all the guys are sitting there going, oh gosh, a Barbie. And, and so they thought that I would go away. Well, they were in for a surprise. I stayed there. They cut me off. They bumped rails with me. Anything and everything they could do to make me go away. Well, I didn't go away. And about a year later, Doug Wright paddled up and said, Adele, you've earned your peak pin. These guys became my family. Crawford, Tabling, Keckle, Charlie Coon, they watched my back. I had their support. I finally had a family. Surfing has brought me so much support and such a family. I met my husband surfing, who we will celebrate 35 years this summer. And And even though surfing didn't have what I wanted to achieve in it, I achieved something else in it. I found that I had the ability to heal, and I had the ability to inspire other people to overcome pain and battle their conditions. And so I have taught, mentored surfing to tons of people. They're actually here tonight. There are members of my Pain Foundation who drove in from North Carolina, flew in from Montana to be here tonight. And to me, that is so special. This award is wonderful, but having all these people that my life has influenced is heartwarming for me, and it's something that's very special. And these people continue to support me, which keeps me going. And so I want to thank them, the Hall of Fame, and I want to thank all my friends that are here tonight for this. Thank you.